What is a typical prednisone tapering schedule? You want to know because your doctor prescribed it to you. So what is typical? Guess what? There's no such thing as a typical prednisone dosage. I can share you the most common one I've seen as a pharmacist. It's when your doctor starts at 40 milligrams and lets you take that for a week. And then the next week you drop down to 30 milligrams. The following week you're at 20 milligrams. The next week at 10 milligrams. The last week you're at 5 milligrams, and then you stop. That's a very common prednisone taper. They usually do that when you're on it short term. But if you're on it long term, then it's not likely to be quite as quickly as that one. So if you've been on it for longer than 3 weeks, you're more likely to have a prolonged taper, something that's going to take longer than just a few weeks. You could be starting at, for example, 40 milligrams, and you might just drop to 35 milligrams the next week, and then down to 30 if you're lucky the following week. The real question is when you get down to 20 milligrams. Most people can go from 40 to 20. That range goes pretty simply, but it's when you drop below 20 milligrams that things can get a little bit more complicated. So a common strategy is to drop by 10% a week. So if you're at 20 milligrams, you drop down 2 milligrams. And to round it up to a simple dose, it might be 17.5 milligrams using 2.5 prednisone 5 milligram tablets. That could be a possibility, and you'd go from 17.5 that week to 15 the next week, from 15 down to 12.5, 12.5 to 10, and then you might go even slower below 10 milligrams, from 10 to 9, or maybe if you're lucky from 10 to 7.5 milligrams each week, slowly dropping down. If you can handle that and get down to 5 milligrams, then that's a great strategy. But you always need to be watching for withdrawals. Things like joint pain, profound fatigue, achiness, muscle pain, basically feeling like you have the flu. If any of those things are happening, then you might be going too quickly. And so you need to slow down your taper from prednisone. Signing off is Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.